You want to move your life forward in the most positive way using astrology? Then let's talk about the astrological patterns for April 2015. The month begins with somewhat of a pressure cooker energy because we have a big lunar eclipse early in the month on the 4th. Now this is an eclipse in Libra. It's a full moon at around 14 degrees Libra. So if you have any planets in the middle part of that sign, then you're going to be most affected by this. And actually, if you have any planets or angles in your horoscope around 14 degrees of any cardinal sign, you're going to be affected by this. Now, this particular eclipse is focusing and activating all that energy that has been going on with the Uranus-Pluto square. It's very volatile, and you probably started to feel that way from the last eclipse, which is on March 20th. So that 2 weeks between March 20th and April 4th was kind of rocky emotionally, and a lot was stirred up. On the 4th, during that full moon eclipse, ideally what should be taking place in our life is some kind of release. What is it that we need to release so that we have more freedom? What do we need to change in our life? What relationship patterns do we need to examine? You need to remember, Libra is the sign of relationships. On a larger level, what happens with this eclipse is that we are all challenged to take our thinking to a new level because Libra is an air sign, and that deals with communication and thinking. So really what's going to be taking place here is that we're going to be challenged to connect with people in a new way, to release patterns that prevent us from really sort of rising to a new level of unconditional love with other people. And isn't it interesting? A lot of the politicians who are going to run for US president have stated that they're going to make their announcement in early April or sometime during that month. And you know what that stirs up in people? It stirs up a lot of intense feelings because right now there is such polarization. People are not necessarily for somebody. It tends to be that they are more against somebody. So this eclipse is going to take all that energy for polarization, for communicating with people, for connecting in relationships, and it's going to focus it so that we can begin healthier patterns. Look at your relationships, your personal ones, maybe your husband or wife, your friends. Also look at your relationships at work and ask yourself how you can go to the next level. This eclipse means business. And I'm spending a lot of time on it because it really affects the entire month of April. What you do around the time of the eclipse is going to pan out for the next month. Shortly after the eclipse, we have a slight change of energy because Jupiter goes direct on the 8th of April. And what that helps us do is to actually make the changes we need. It starts everything moving forward. And then the second half of April is really dedicated to stability, bringing things into the earth plane, grounding things, making them practical, which is going to be so nice because we've had such volatile energy for so long. And then on the 18th, we have a new moon in Aries, and I'll be talking about that more in my new moon video. To summarize the astrological patterns for April, please remember the changes that you make in the beginning of the month with that lunar eclipse will last for a while. Go ahead and release what needs to be released. Focus more on being free from old patterns and understand that the second half of the month is going to integrate and bring all those new behaviors to the earth plane to kind of create more stability. I look forward to talking to you in May. We have Mercury getting ready to turn retrograde in Gemini in May, so pay attention. I'll be talking about that more in the next video. Thank you. I'm Kathy Rose.